All right, guys, welcome back. So, another car talk. This one's going to be about why people are stopping you from going to the Philippines. All right, guys, welcome back. Among to my Filipino family. Man, the channel's growing. I'm so happy. If you're new, please, or if you're just returning, please take a moment, like right now, and hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit the subscribe for me. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm going to drive and talk. It looks like it's about to thunderstorm. Look at the clouds, guys. Look at those clouds. Let me zoom out. I'm trying to zoom out real quick. Look at that. It looked like it's about to storm. I need to go this way. All right, guys. So this video is going to be about, like I said, why are people stopping you from going to the Philippines? Okay? And trust me, if you're in the U.S. and you even mention, sometime if you mention that you're going to the Philippines to meet a woman or to meet someone, there are people out there that will tell you, you don't need to go there. Okay? You don't need to go there. Okay. First thing a person will say, it's dangerous over there. Don't you know what's going on in the world? It's so dangerous. Don't go there. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no clue. And most people that say that, or say anything like what I'm about to talk about today, they have not been to the Philippines. Okay? At least 97% of the time, they have never been to the Philippines, so they do not know what they're talking about. They only know what they hear from other people. Okay? They say it's dangerous, and we all know it's not dangerous. Okay? Been there many times. Now, there are places in the southern part of the Philippines that you may not want to visit or go there because it could be dangerous, but people know those areas where not to go. It's not the whole Philippines. It's certain areas that you just, people are known like, hey, don't go down way over there. And a lot of people will say Mindanao, okay, or Davao City. Davao is probably one of the safest places to go. Trust me. I've been there so many times. There are places in Mindanao that it could be risky, but I mean, there are people living there and they're just fine. Okay, so they say it's dangerous. People will say, what or why are you going over there? They're questioning you about your own trip. Why are you going over there? You don't need to go there. So you will hear people tell you that, especially people in the U.S. Some people say, it's too hot over there. Don't go over there. It's too hot. You're not going to like it. Well, you ask that person, well, how do you know? How do you know that? Because you've never been there. They've never been there. And they want to say that it's hot. All right, next one. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to make this turn real quick. And someone's behind me. And I'm going to make another turn. And then I can focus back again. Okay. The next one. She's going to use you she's going to use you for money. She's going to use you for a green card. You hear that a lot. Okay? Especially if they know you're going to see a woman. People will say, oh, you're going to get scammed. She's going to use you for your money. She's just using you for a green card. And guys, I mean, that happens all over the world. But for the most part, it may not happen. I mean, it may just be a relationship, and then, if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. But I mean, that happens sometime, but for most part, it doesn't happen often like people say. Okay? She don't really love you. You hear that? She don't love you. She just wants your money. They don't know what you're talking about, because they're not in a relationship with a Filipina. So they have no clue what you're talking about. And here's another one. There's women here in the U.S., so why are you going that far? There are good women here in the U.S., why are you going that far? Well, do they know that there's good women in the Philippines too? Okay, if there's good women in the U.S., then there's good women in the Philippines too, right? Right. That's all I have to say about that, okay? Here's another one. It's a jungle over there. It's all jungle. Okay, there are some areas that are tropical, and there are some areas that are not really tropical. It's just nice, okay? People think that the whole Philippines is a jungle. People think that Philippines, everyone lives in huts. Everyone don't have a decent home. That's what some people think. And they have no clue what they're talking about. Because you know why? Because they've never been there. So they have no clue. I'm going to park right here and finish talking. Park right here. Because I have to go inside the store and get something, okay? Next. Everyone is poor. You hear that a lot. It's poor over there. Everyone is poor. They don't know what they're talking about. Because everyone in the Philippines is not poor. Okay? Everyone is not poor. Some people have less than others. And some of those people that have less than others are more happier than people that have things. Okay? I've seen people that have pretty much anything they wanted, but they were depressed. They weren't happy. But they were still able to get what they wanted, but they were still depressed. And don't get me wrong, there's people that are less fortunate and they are depressed that they don't have more. Okay? So it goes both ways. So people in the U.S., they think everyone in the Philippines is poor, which they have no clue what they're talking about. Because you know why? Because they've never been there. So they don't know. And you can tell them that. Just say, hey, have you ever been there? And they're going to say, no, but what I seen and what I read, well, then you don't know. Okay? You don't know. You can read into a lot of stuff, but you haven't seen the big picture. You haven't been there. Okay? Here's another one. Well, do they have a McDonald's over there? Do they have a Burger King over there? Do they have a KFC? Do they have a Pizza Hut? Do they have a Taco Bell? Do they have buffets? I'm like, when I first heard this, guys, let me tell you, when someone first told me that and said that to me, do they have a McDonald's over there? I was like, what do you think the Philippines is? It's not another planet. It's not like they don't have anything. Like, what are you? Oh my God, it's unreal how people are so naive, so oblivious of what's going on. Some people think, there's some people here in the U.S., they will think that, Other places outside the U.S. have nothing. Only what they see on TV, they may think like, okay, well, Dubai is a rich country. They have this and this is, you know, they think that some of these other countries don't have anything. They think that it's just all either jungle or it's a place that's all dusty and dirt and all this other craziness. So the only thing you can say to them is, have you ever been? And then they're going to say no. So they don't know what they're talking about. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. I think I have more, but I can't think of the rest of them right now. Let me see. I may have, but I did write some stuff down. Okay, let's see what I have on the paper. I got a paper right here. You see, did I go through all these? I try to go off the top of my head. You know, we talk about the weather. We talk about the green card. That the girl loves you. It's on the jungle over there. Everyone is poor. Do they have a McDonald's? Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. This is what you hear. And this is what people think. And you probably see this on social media because you probably hear some, especially like if some women know that men are going over to the Philippines to look for a woman, you will hear some women or some people say they're uneducated. They will literally say that Filipino women are uneducated or they don't have a good education. That's what you hear them say. And I'm like, oh my God, like now I know that you're uneducated because for one, Philippines, there's a lot of Filipino doctors. A lot of them will travel abroad and become a doctor in another country. Filipino people are very, very intelligent, very smart, okay? My wife is, she is smart. She is very intelligent. She's a very intelligent woman. She's very smart. And I don't know how people would even think that people, it's like when people hear someone else speak a different language outside of English, if they can't speak straight English or clear English, some people think that people are dumb. Okay? And I've had this conversation with other people and I just had to stop talking to them because they just have lack of knowledge, okay? They think anyone that doesn't speak English or anyone that speaks a different language, that they're not smarter than anyone in the U.S., okay? And it burns me up because I know for a fact that there's some very intelligent, bright people in the Philippines. Very smart, okay? Very smart. IQ, high IQ, very smart. And if these people were thinking, they should know like, okay, well, here in the US, this is how it used to be. When you get on the phone to call, say you with your cell phone service, okay? You need help. Well, when you go to your cell phone service, you make a call, you need help with your bills or something with your account or whatever. It used to be, in the past, it used to be all the calls were directed to a call center. And it used to be the call center would go to like India or some other place, right? And granted, these people did speak English, but the only thing is, like in India, some of the accent was so strong, like you really couldn't understand what they were saying. So I guess over time, they moved the call center and the direction of the calls, they start moving them all to the Philippines. All to the Philippines. And the reason why I know this is because when I talk to my phone provider a lot, I started noticing the switch, okay? And then the accent And then I started noticing that the accent and how they speak. I don't know who this person is, but there's a person over there. They just drove over there in the park right next to me. But they will speak, and the accent was like a Filipino accent, because I can kind of tell, like, okay, this person is a Filipino or a Filipino. You get that vibe. Like, some of you people know, like, you're walking around, if you're in the US, you're like, oh, that's a Filipina. Oh, that's a Filipino. Oh, that's a Filipina. Like, you get this vibe, and then y'all just kind of click and y'all start talking, right? Or you just kind of walk next to them and say, start speaking in Bisaya or speaking in Tagalog, and then hoping the other person will kind of hear you, and then y'all kind of connect. Oh, you Philippine? Where you from? Oh, I'm from Cebu. Oh, I'm from such and such. Oh, I'm from different places like that. But anyway, but the Filipino people are very smart. So all the call centers are over there now. All the calls are directed to there, and sometimes I can, like, I will say certain words to let them know that I know that, hey, I know that you're a Filipino. But when they're in the call center, from what I understand, they're not allowed to speak over the phone in their native language, like in the Filipino language, especially if it's an English speaking person, or they want you to speak English over the phone, period. Okay. But I know for a fact that all the call centers, everything's directed over there. So Filipinos are smart. That's all I gotta say. But I can go on and on and on and on and on about this, about like how some people think about the rest of the world, and they never been to the rest of the world, so they can't say anything to me about anything. And some people are like, well, I read this, or I seen this. Like, okay, well, you seen that. Part of that's true, but a big portion of it you just don't know, right? They just don't know. So with that being said, there are some of you guys that are trying to go over to the Philippines, or women, or travel over there, especially guys that are trying to meet a woman. You're going to have, like, say if you already have, or you currently talking to a woman that's over in the Philippines, or you're going to meet someone, there are going to be people, like, especially people in your family, that's going to be like, that's too far. You don't need to be going over there. Like, find somewhere else. You can find someone in your own country. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to hear this a lot. People was trying to stop you from going. Friends will try to stop you from going. It just goes on and on and on. But be open-minded. It's very important when you go to these other countries, when you go to the Philippines, open your mind, okay? Don't stay in this box of, this is the way it's supposed to be, right? Don't stay in this box of like this is how it should be, because my Western way say it should be this way, and this is the right way, which is really probably not the right way, because you're in another country and they do it a different thing. They do things a different way. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm going to just end it there, because I made the video like 18 minutes long, and I got to go do some things, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please hit the subscribe. My count is going up, and next month I will be in the Philippines, and I hope I can, maybe I'll run into some of you guys. Maybe I'll see some of you guys. I'm definitely going to be at the Mall of Asia. I'm definitely going to go check that out. I'll probably be there multiple times. With me, my wife, and my son, we're going to be there. And hopefully you guys, I see some of you guys or meet some of you guys. That would be great, okay? And I'm going to do another video, because there's some things I want to do in the Philippines with some of the kids that are less fortunate. I want to kind of put together something, but I may need you guys. I may need you guys help also, okay? All right, guys, I have to go. Salamat, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.